back on Friday.
Zach with another video. Because the first one was cut short, so this is part 2 to the video.
So, he has
questions for us.
a couple more questions.
Hi.
You want to finish the rest?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm being very lenient with them.
We've been passing most of your things.
With a couple of tries, yes.
Couple of tries.
I've been passing it. So.
I wanted to go hard on you. I would have y'all sit there and discuss it for a second before giving your answer.
Ooh, Professor X
so
is
what
here.
was the last question?
Okay, so last time we left off with, I asked you a word to describe our relationship.
Our relationship is very tight-knit. It is. I mean, I get on your nerves. I'm overly, and you're like, you like peace and quiet, a little antisocial, a little bit, right? You like to be to yourself. But our relationship is, it's cool. We don't have a cool relationship?
I'm not saying that, but not exactly the word I use to describe our relationship.
You probably use some big word. He be using big words. You probably use a big word for me. What was the word you said?
Codependent.
I know the word codependent, but how the hell you think I was going to say codependent? Really? Our relationship is codependent because we always depend on each other. But that's a good thing.
It can also be bad.
Yep.
It's very
It
bad.
varies. It can be a good thing.
And we have separation anxiety. We will work on it. We will get better. We'll get better.
I mean, our relationship is cool. Like, I don't...
What is the word he said?
Like, I like it because I never had an older son, so now that I have one, I do cherish it. You know?
What is his word?
Codependent?
You wake up.
Some more next. Listen, this young man right here is Webster Dictionary. Very intelligent.
Webster.
Yes, very
I
intelligent.
just know a few words. That's it.
No. What the heck?
My tissue dropped on the floor.
I don't know. Just trying to figure out the word he has, because my word and his word is...
By the way, I'm full. I cleaned this bowl out though.
I don't know the word you have. Your word is probably so sophisticated and...
We are amicable.
See? He go with the word. He knew that we was going.
Can you please read me the definition to that?
Okay.
Amicable?
Dictionary term for amicable, adjective. A relationship between people having a spirit of friendliness without serious disagreement or rancor. Synonyms are friendly, good-natured, cordial, civil, courteous, polite, easygoing, neighborly, brotherly, fraternal, harmonious, cooperative, civilized, and more.
You sound like one of them people who be over the phone when you waiting for them to pick up the phone. Yes, elevator music, please, now.
That's like when I used to work in Accessoride.
Appreciate that. My man, 100
And
That's my boy.
people used to sound like that. And I used to sound like that as a reservationist. Like, good morning, thank you for calling Accessoride. Dad, say something. Say something. Okay, what's the next one? Come on.
A game your child likes to play.
D&D.
Okay, no.
I can't even answer that. You can't even fight that one.
D&D.
I can't fight that. No. Okay, that's really true.
She just cut it. She cut you from the throat real quick.
My favorite celebrity.
Selena Gomez.
Okay,
Yeah,
I couldn't even.
Selena
I
Gomez.
couldn't even get it out.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's my wife.
See?
Me, of course. I'm the favorite celebrity.
Something in your child's bucket list.
Skydiving.
Yeah.
Motorcycle.
Yeah.
Those are on there, but not the main one I put.
So what's the main one? Oh, you want to travel the world.
Yes.
Pinky and the Brain. I'll take over.
He
the
want to
world.
travel the world. He want to take like a year and just travel everywhere. Cool.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So what's the next question?
Okay, this one I'm going to. I kind of settle for like generally any answer for this because I don't have a particular.
Okay.
So my favorite car.
Yeah, you don't.
Really have a favorite car? I would say a Subaru because you like a white boy, so I would say a Subaru.
I deal with a Subaru, nice.
Subaru is. Let me tell you something.
A nice, decent thing.
Let me tell you
But
something.
I think he would need like a truck because
A Volkswagen truck. I can see Tyler has
you
something
would
like
the
that.
Little
Ford
soccer
Explorer,
mom.
the little.
Not a
the
soccer
new,
mom van.
The Ford Explorers, the new ones is nice.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next question?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's all of them. If I have to calculate your y'all total. Do I want to do it individually or do I want to do it together?
You can do it together.
You could do it together as a couple in your parents
Okay.
because we both answered.
Mm,
But I'm sure I won. I beat him again.
you did. So
Of course.
together-
All right, let me ask you a question, you two. Why do you think she wouldn't know her son if that's who she?
Because he do talk to you a lot, and you know
But-
y'all play the game and stuff together.
But that don't make no. Wait, see now you don't make no sense.
And
That's
he
your
talks to you,
child.
but still, that could be my child. I may not know everything.
What? That don't make any sense.
Well, maybe because the bond we have, right? That's why I would
See, you
know.
just answered your own
But you
question.
still would know too, because you know a lot about him. You know things that I didn't even know.
But I'm not supposed to tell.
But what I'm saying is, you know him too.
Yeah,
So
but you know him more than I know him.
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
As-
Yes, it
As a
does.
couple, I have to
That's a
factor in
couple.
that you guys did answer both for each question, so that's taking a point for the ones that you got right. No combining points up in here, so totally you guys got 8.
Out of 10.
Yes.
Good. We did good. We did good. And by ourselves,
By yourselves. You have.
This shit was rigged for the white person to lose, for the black people to win. Like always, it's rigged. They don't like light-skinned people. Only light-skinned, only dark-skinned people.
first of all, we are 3 shades in this house. Let's acknowledge
And I'm
this.
the lightest person in here.
Right, but we are 3 shades in this house.
Me and Bread match.
You're light.
Me and Bread match.
You're light. Skin did it.
And you're almost black.
No, but what
black.
I'm saying is, it's 3 shades of color here.
Like Crayola box. I'm the lightest one in the box. So who gonna get singled out first?
Okay. You have 8.
Out of 10 questions, and then only answer 2. And that's kind of like
So I guess
it don't make no sense. Like you can ask me
Okay.
questions that
it's
she would know.
7.
That don't make any
It's
sense.
okay.
It's like an improbable test that you can't answer,
Ooh, a what?
and like it's an improbable
and
test.
what?
Improbable test that you can't answer
Improbable. You see how you
because you
say that?
asking me questions that I can't I can answer them, but she knows most of them. Why? She said it for herself. So basically, that test wasn't for me. That test was for her. I don't want to
Okay.
be technical.
You finished?
I'm just being honest.
Are you
Okay.
finished?
If you want me, I'm just being honest.
Are you finished though? We were a team, so we did it together. So we both won.
Okay.
We
okay.
both won.
Bonus question for all the marbles.
I ain't gonna know this one.
What is my American dream?
See?
To take over the world. To be the president of the United States. He wants to be the president of the United States. And it can happen. Encourage your children.
You
can
were right the
happen.
first time to take over the world.
And the pinky and the brain.
But that's not
No.
all there is to it.
So if you was to be the president, what is it that you would do And what could you change?
One, we're fixing this little problem that Richard Nixon made in terms of our tax system.
Can't even say Nixon, they say Reagan. Reagan started that whole damn tax
Sorry, wrong one.
stuff.
Reagan.
Okay.
I know. Reagan.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fixing that because, yeah,
Okay. And what's the next thing?
probably adopt a few communism ideas.
Would you sign a peace treaty? Because you know right now
Yeah.
we don't have any peace treaties right now.
Yeah,
Okay. What else?
definitely try. Get a peace treaty signed no matter what tax I need to use. Let's see here. Probably, make it so that America's not in so much debt.
Deep.
Mm-hmm.
How would you fix two things? Well, how would you fix the way the economy is?
Like I said, first I'm fixing this tax system.
Because it's not just the tax system. You have to
but
worry about
the tax do factor in a big thing.
Yeah, it does, but now you got to worry about the other things that come with it, like
Yes.
the federal funding for the kids.
Yeah.
You got to worry about, do they have enough supplies to last? Do teachers have enough
Well.
funding to last them? Do our schools have enough money to pay our security guards to keep our children safe? Do we have enough money to, not just for the kids, but for the middle class people who are not able to provide for themselves? Do we have enough funding to make sure that they're happy, to make sure that they're taken care of?
I currently have no access to the fund system. I can't give you a correct answer,
True.
but I can say that if once I'm able to figure out once I actually able to figure out most of this stuff, I can say that my plans are, pay the teachers a little more wellly because one, you're teaching the future generation.
Yeah, of course.
Pay the teachers more wellly because they are protecting the future generation. Try to figure out a way to make college free or give more financial support to people.
Okay.
Definitely switch up the payment of how the medical system works. Doctors are paid more by how well their patients are, like they do in England.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
You're smart.
Because
You know
then
his
people
stuff.
would be a lot more healthier.
Yeah. The thing, like, now, if you're the president, you commander in chief, that means you make anything you want to make.
Assuming that I have a cabinet that backs me up.
Because if you don't have, yeah, it's true. Because once you got to go to Capitol Hill and you go to Capitol Hill, they don't like you. They'll definitely turn you down. Because it's like 12-1.
What would you
13-1.
do if you was president?
First thing I would do is I will make sure that everybody is like,
Fix the legal system as well.
yes, I will fix the legal system. If you don't have, if you never committed murder or you never did anything of the sort, and you have like a marijuana charge, or you got a misdemeanor charge for urinating in the street, or something that's not to the extent for you to sit in jail, I will abolish that. I will stop that. Because I don't feel like everybody that's in jail is a bad person. Some people are doing time for mediocre things.
Right.
So, as
You
me,
got some people that deserve the time.
yeah, you know, some people who deserve it.
You do have
But
good
me
people.
being the person I am, if I know you went to jail for turnstile, urinating, marijuana, I will make sure that
Minor misdemeanors.
minor
Right.
misdemeanors, bullshit stuff. Sorry to curse. I will make sure that you are able to get a job when you get out of jail. Instead of you have to going back to stand on the corner or have to hustle to feed your family.
So will you get like a care package for people that come home from jail? Like,
Yeah, it's not even. I wouldn't even call it a care package. I would call it like a federal funding or like a stipend, because we're gonna help you with everything you need to be helped with. If it comes down to getting health care, to food stamps, having a roof over your head, to help them get a job, because a lot of people nowadays, they look at somebody who just came out of jail and they look at automatically judge them as being a criminal,
Yeah.
not knowing where that person came from.
Sure.
So there's a lot that come with it. So you have your good, you got your bad, but you got to take a gamble. Sometimes you don't want to take that gamble, but as a president, you have to take a gamble.
I agree. Definitely.
For that, also probably create a program to help the homeless out with
Yeah.
housing, proper housing for
Yeah.
them, in a way for them to actually get jobs, help support themselves, and
Yeah.
everything, help to get on their feet.
I will open up a hospital just for the homeless people. I will open up a hospital just for them because I know they have more problems than we do.
Some of them don't.
Some of them don't, some of them
Be
do.
really healthy.
But I will open up a hospital and they will get treated just the same way we get treated if we was to go to the hospital. The same way. I will open up, have them build buildings just for the homeless people.
So it'd be like a non-profit for you because
Basically.
you're servicing them.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
and open up more, and then open up more places like more soup kitchens for them to eat. There's not a lot of soup kitchens here in the 5 boroughs.
I think that we should feed the
Because
yeah.
if you do it on your hand, it's not a lot. The churches, they have it, but they can't really do much because they don't have a lot of money to spend because, you know, they have to take care of the church, they have to take care of people like they work for. So I would make sure that we as the president and our team, that we should be able to fix the things that's going wrong here. I will fix the police department. I will do a whole psychological
Evaluation for that.
breakdown because it's to the point where
You know who?
you're looking at the
The job
kill
92
to
flushing,
ratio.
92 flushing ever. Well,
It's too many of our young youth, not just saying the young youth, it's too many minorities, people of color,
Too many
people of
too
color,
many innocents.
too many, not just innocent, people who just lose their, you can say innocent, but it's too much gun violence. I will fix the NRA. I will break it down to the point where I will eliminate a lot of gun shops. I will take as many gun shops off the map that I can to eliminate the guns that's being sold on the streets because a lot of these guns are coming from gun shops from out of state. So I will eliminate them, and what I will do is you will have to bring proof of residence when you go buy your firearm, and you can't have somebody with you who live in that state. Because if you're going to buy it, you have to have identification for that state to try and help
there's
eliminate.
no me. I have an ID, so I'm gonna get it for this
No.
person. But
No.
they would
No.
still do it after they register it.
Yeah, but now if anything happens, I'm coming for that person because the
That's
gun
registered.
is registered in
That's
their name.
cool.
Handgun model has to be registered to the exact.
Owner.
Yeah.
What if they don't know if somebody stole it?
You can run it. Everything has a serial number.
So yeah, when they get it, it's
Run it.
mandatory you report it.
You have
Yeah.
to. If you don't report it, then they can take legal action because that's considered
Okay.
your firearm.
Well, guys.
Have mandatory check-ins for the gun.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're like, okay, bring it to the shop. This is the gun. Blah, blah,
We
blah,
could do
blah, blah.
randoms.
Or
Pop
what
up
you do is
randoms,
you take it
anybody
to the
that
police
holds a gun.
station, they'll run it, and if they see anything wrong with it, you can possibly go to jail and lose your license and be able and then have to pay a fine.
Okay.
Because as you being a gun holder, you should have a little bit more discipline with yourself and knowing the people who come in your house. Limit your people who go in behind your bathroom because that's when problems start to occur.
This is more for a fun thing, not exactly, but like a more for a
Protection.
fun thing. No, it's like off the subject, fun thing. I guess it's more of a sense thing for people that are drafted or voluntarily go into like military service, Army, Navy, and everything like that. Of their our age, I would have a license for them to be able to go into a bar or something like that and have a drink. Because if you're old enough to kill, then you're old enough to drink.
True. Me, what I would do,
Interesting.
I will fix the board of education.
Mm-hmm.
And I will open up more daycares, more summer camps, and more after-school programs for these children nowadays, because this is our future, and a lot of these kids, they're falling into the streets and they're losing their lives, and they're getting into these other gangs, and these things are not great for them. It's not good for them, because there's only one way in and one way out, either in a jail cell or in a pine box. And a parent shouldn't have to bury their child because of these things that's going on nowadays. So I will make sure that we have enough federal funding, not just for the teachers, but for the kids. More school books, more equipment for the kids
Mr. J for president.
More activity for the kids to indulge into like gym classes, and be able to take them on trips, because a lot of schools during the school year, they're limited to how many school trips you go on a year. So I will be able to, okay, you know what, let's give them, okay, like the preschool kids, like anybody from like pre-K, I give or take 6th grade. Open up your limitations. No limitations. Take the kids apple picking. Take them to the museum. Take them to the aquarium. Take them other places that is going to help them with education. To the zoo, and let them really see and get the knowledge of what it really means to go to the zoo. It's not just about going to see the animals, because there's more other things besides that. It's history besides that, and people don't look at it like that.
That's cool.
Prepare high school students for going into college, like actually living a college lifestyle.
Internships. This is when you start your internship from high school.
They need to do something with high school. I don't know if some high schools have it now, but they need a financial class, like a mandatory. Once you become, was it sophomore? That's 10th grade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sophomore.
I think that they should start putting them in financial classes. Why? Because soon as they get into, some of them graduate before they're 18, but as soon as they turn 18, they're offered credit cards and stuff. And then you go and shop and think, you don't have to do nothing else, and not knowing that long term it's going to mess up your credit.
Plus student loans,
everything. So I think that they should kind of set people up in the stepping stone, like, okay, you get educated this, you can find other ways, and then, all right, I'm not going to get a credit card because, okay, I'm getting a student loan. But if you got a student loan and credit cards and all of that it puts you in debt. So when you get about 30 and you want to get your own house or you want to get a car, you're screwed because your credit is shot. So I think that they should give more younger people help towards credit, teaching them what credit is and when should you start building your credit. You understand? Because when you first start out, you don't have credit, but you should learn. Like if you got a credit limit for $300, you spend 3% of that. You understand? If you got a card for $500, you don't spend more because it's there. You spend less. So I think that it should be taught.
Well, it's kind of hard, but I understand what you're saying. But now you gotta look at the ratio. You gotta look at the ratio for the kids who get credit cards who are out of state going to school.
Right, no,
and you gotta look at the ratio of the kids who are in state.
See, but then you have a school credit card, what it's for is a certain limit that's for school. Because, of course, your mom or dad will give you, that's a secure card. But I'm talking about when it comes time for you, like, really getting your own credit card. When you turn 18, I know when I turned 18, they sent me the things for the cards. I was like, oh, yes. And I went and had a whole spending spree, not knowing that I have to pay it back.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, me and we on that subject, the system is destined for when you get out of high school. It's basically like a setup. Because they feed you all this information. You get free this, you free that, you get free that, you get free that.
You know, free the source.
And then when you actually look at the situation, it's not really free.
Let me give you
now you stuck in a situation because you went from them telling you, okay, you get this for free, you get that for free, you get that for free. Then you out here, okay, you know what, I can buy this, I can buy that. But now you get that bill in the mail, and now you start doing double takes. Okay, but they told me this was free, and they told me that was free. But in the long term, it's not free. Because if you look at it, you still got to pay for something.
Right. Nothing is never free, but
I blame that on the parent.
I mean,
Yeah,
well, that's going into a whole nother topic.
I mean, I'm just
That
saying.
we're just not going to touch.
I'm just saying. Because if you're talking about the credit card, if a child is living in your home and you see the credit card come in the mail, and that's your home, you have the right to ask what's going on.
Yeah, but some parents be working and stuff. Sometimes people don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get home before your child. I mean, the child get home before you. They done check the mail and all that already. So you can't even say that.
I used to check the mail.
Because I know I used to check the mail. I haven't been getting my cut card.
Word.
My
My mother came home. A couple pink slips. They used to be in the mail.
I got that cut card quick. It used to come in a blue card. And it tell all my business. So I had to take it before my mother see it. And she didn't know I was cutting since she went up to school.
One thing I would fix, anybody who came from overseas, I would make it, even if you had a hard time getting whatever you had a hard time getting, when you got here, we will help you get whatever paperwork you needed.
Like soon as you come in.
As soon as you come in. You can't
like,
wait.
Is it like a ratio of time?
Like,
so, okay, you get you set up right away, but you know they get a visa to come here now.
Okay, now you used to get the little temporary visa, and even before you got your permanent visa.
Have a visa, but pair them up with somebody that's going to help them create their residence and everything.
What you do is you would
Maybe
have.
they have to have consistency about 10 trips
you
before
have,
they really become a citizen.
Well, I would give or take. You have. I give you say you have. Let me say 90 days.
Or a certain amount of time, because you know some people come here then go back.
You got 90 days.
So
you have 90 days. But in those 90 days, you have to. We will pair you up with somebody who can speak the same, even if, because you know it'd be kind of easier for them to understand them.
Right.
Pair you up with somebody, but we not being discriminated or anything. We want nobody to feel like we're being discriminated. Pair you up with somebody who speaks the same language as you, so you can get the immediate help you need to get the proper paperwork. So if case of anything was to happen, now you don't have to worry about running to go get your paperwork, because we will want you to get your paperwork within 2 weeks, right? But some people can't make it there in 2 weeks because they're still trying to get themselves together and their family together.
The moral of the story is, both of y'all would like to help the world more, which is awesome.
But people gotta want to help themselves first.
Yeah.
We can't help nobody.
Create a nice, peaceful world that, admittedly, is united under my iron fist rule.
Okay. And there you have it, you guys. 2 men gave opinion. You have the older one, and then you have the youth.
You got the citizen right here who gets the reduced fare Metro card.
Anyway. Thank you for watching, you guys.
Yo.
Thank you. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Give this video a thumbs up.
Down
10%
below.
of gratitude for being here. Put it down in the comments, please, because they're not paying me for this.
Well, we shouldn't have to. We're his parents.
Pay him with love and kisses and hugs.
If you think I should get paid for this, put it in the comments below so that you know.
YouTube, do you think he should get paid? YouTube.
Make sure you leave that comment down below.
On the bottom.
Turn that notification on if you ain't noticed. This is ENS Journey.
Dig it.
Thank you, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Opinions matter. Over here.
Stay
we're
blessed.
Super grateful.
Keep your head up.
This
Blessings
topic went a whole different way, but you never know what happens
in the house. Of the house.
Something is wrong with him. He was sitting early. So, once again, guys, thank you for watching. We will be back with another video.